Jason, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Thank you for your patience, Jason.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So you arrived at this from your meditation or just from your experience?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm very familiar with what you're talking about, and very few people on Earth have had that experience. What you experience is the truth. The bubble you're talking about, we call it the Leonardo sphere. It's right around you, and it's right out at your fingertips. You can just barely touch the surface of it
right.
if you get in just the right way. And that is exactly what happens. The external reality is not where we think it is. We think it's external to us, and that it is the distant stars are 17 billion miles away, and that all this stuff is real. What consciousness knows is, and this is through not just my way of seeing, but the Tibetan Buddhism way of seeing and others, is that what is external to us is not there. Where it actually is on a bubble around your body, and it's on the inner surface of that bubble. And this is a whole nother way of perceiving life. And we have long forgotten that. We had a bump in our head about 13,000 years ago, and we lost our ability to understand that anymore. We think we're living on a planet, and all these things are real. But there is something about our reality that we need to understand before we proceed much deeper into higher consciousness. And what you're saying is exactly how I see it also. We have actually mapped how things come out of the heart and how exactly they get to that bubble. It just changes the way we think of things, and slowly that begins to change everything. Don't be concerned about what you saw. I would actually go deeper into it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What the reality is just pure consciousness.
Consciousness, right, yes.
Your consciousness.
Yes, exactly.
And what that means is that you can change the external reality with your consciousness.
Yes.
And that is the first step of ascension. You have to understand what you're understanding, and you have to then learn how to begin to change the external reality. Not for the purpose of making money or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just a waste of time.
Yes.
But to understand what it is, because you need to know this information when you get into the next level of existence. You have to know exactly what you're learning right now, and that you are the creator of everything that you're seeing. Because
Right.
when you get into the next world, if you don't know that, then what happens is the world is very unusual, and you go into fear, and if you don't know that you're creating everything that you're looking at, then you begin to create from fear. And
Right.
what that does is it throws you back into this third dimensional world, and you failed ascension. And so in the ATH teachings that we teach, we go into depth about this, of what it is and how the real world is, so that you can understand this, so that when you make the ascension, you're not in fear, and you are able to be stable in that new world, and then you begin to create from love, and you create a world that you want to live, and this is what ascension is all about.
Definitely.
But, anyway, I'm amazed, really, that
Yeah.
you've seen that, because very, very, very few people in the world know what you're talking about. That's a good way of seeing it. Well, there's so much. I mean, that's this is a conversation that really should have about 3 or 4 hours.
I understand.
To be able to do this, but because it's just you've touched upon the very core of what this is all about.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Those are really good questions. Thank you.
Thank you.